Oh boy. Thank you for clicking on me. Hello, welcome. All that jazz. It is good to see you. My name is Vorlex. I just got home from... oh boy, howdy. I just got home from quite a day at work. I am very tired. More so than usual, I must admit. You might be able to hear that in my voice, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe you're like, oh, he talks like this anyway. And while, yes, I do typically present, not just typically, I do very much present myself as low energy, which is genuine, and I also partly purposeful. Good afternoon, Mads. Good to see you. Welcome back. Indeed, hopefully some Soulframe will energize me. Normal disclaimers on screen. Bop, bop, boop. Nice. Let's get that out of the way. And back into some Soulframe. Now, boop, let's turn that audio on. And I have been listening to some of my audios from the past few weeks. I was satisfied with my audio in the Pokemon Elite Redux run, but since starting Soulframe, I think my audio is a little bit out of whack. I need to fiddle with the mixing just a bit. Something about either making my volume a little higher or making Soulframe's a little quieter in the mixing. Maybe I should have looked into that before now, but I think right now in OBS I can just turn desktop audio down a little bit and see what that does for the mixing. We will find out.
Yes,
In general,
how can I do better?
what am I looking for in here? Just checking if I had crafted anything. Okay, whatever. In general, if I take my audio pretty seriously, I think it's very important. So, if anyone has any comments on my audio, not necessarily tips, but something like, hey, Vorlex, I know you present yourself as low energy and that's great and all, but you actually just sound dead. Something like that. It doesn't have to be professional. I would love to improve my audio in whatever way I can. Oh, my shooting is terrible today. I would love to improve my audio in any way I can. And without comments from viewers, then I just listen to my own audios again. Hence, how I found out that I'm not super satisfied with the mixing between my mic and Soulframe's audio. Maybe I'm rambling, whatever. So today we are in Soulframe again. We are continuing this little bit of play. Orengal. Dog Mom. What up, girly pop? How you doing? We are in Soulframe again. Still leveling up this bow, the Blitzel.
Till the next hunt. Take care, Envoy.
I
Lest you be the prey.
love Orengal's voice. I love what the VA has done with Orengal. I love the direction and the effects that they put on the voice. Absolutely stupendous. I love it. And we're going to take Orison of the Master here. Experience gains increased. Hey, Coco, welcome back. Good to see you again. As I said last week, if I don't have the increased XP buff from that random encounter, then I take the XP buff. But if I already have it, then I take something else. Thanks for the input, Mads. I appreciate that a lot. Very much more so than the quality of my avatar or the quality of the stream. Oh.
The prey is mine.
Alright, Orengal, go off. More so than the quality of my pixel art or the quality of the game I'm playing and whatever, I take my voice and my audio pretty seriously. I have no formal training in using my voice as an instrument. I just like it. I think it's fun. And I have no formal training in audio balancing or audio engineering, anything like that. Complete layman, utterly untrained and uneducated. But I think it is the most important facet of my stream. So I welcome comments on the matter. I welcome opportunities to get better at that. Oh, come on. Ooh. What a parry. That was completely accidental, by the way. We got him. Oh, hello, sir. Hello. Mm-hmm. This poor guy is entranced by the spell song. So he thinks that this land belongs to the dudes that I just killed, and that I'm a terrorist. Tragic. I think I described what the spell song is in previous streams. If someone's unfamiliar with the spell song, then what I just said is probably completely out of pocket. The point here, just in case, the point of the spell song and the ode, that's the enemies that I'm fighting here, the point is to... let me restart that. The ode have arrived here in Alka. This is the continent of Midrath in the world of Alka, and the ode came from space to invade Alka for resources and land and whatnot. The classic. The classic reasons. Part of the ode's strategy is to play the spell song. I'm not certain it's super clear what exactly the spell song is, if it's actual music, but it's been described as sound or audio of some kind that makes people, to a lesser degree, I think, animals, to a lesser degree wildlife, but definitely people, that shifts people's common sense such that they believe the ode are the rightful owners of this land and ought to be served. If the spell song worked perfectly, then the ode would be able to arrive in a world, just play the spell song, wait a little bit, and just walk wherever they want. Take what they want, do what they want, with no opposition. As you can see, in Soulframe, the player is that opposition. Or at least the most active mover, the most active piece in the conflict. The Ode have other tools at their disposal, not just the spell song. Indeed, what you just heard Medus, or Medus, I've never... whatever. Medus say over the comms there is that this thing in the distance, that is an organ. That is an Odin organ. That thing, as you can see, is spewing gunk into the atmosphere to make this world breathable for the Ode. And we're about to come up on another thing. Oh, poor sprout folk, poor dudes. That was strange. Jumped in front of my dagger. The Ode do not just pollute the atmosphere to make it breathable for them. They pollute the land. Very cool, Coco. What run is that in? You got past Winona in what run? Last I heard, you were on a Mono Unova run. Still Unova, nice. Good job getting past Winona. That is a big milestone. How did your Winona battle go? I would love to hear more. Oh. Big creepy spider. Oh. What a dodge. And he's down. Icky. Icky indeed. So, one of the tools that the Odin has to pollute the land is this thing. This is an Odin moaner, I think. Pardon me. Rude. A bunch of electric types helped a lot? I imagine so. Gen 5 electric types. Goodness, so that's Electros? Was Pachirisu Gen 5? Or was it Gen 4? Galvantula, Stunfisk, Emolga, very nice. Emolga, if memory serves, Emolga even has one of those abilities that makes it immune to air-based moves, or even flying-type moves in general. Emolga got buffed. Cool. I remember in a couple of my runs, Emolga being a bit of a sleeper agent. Enemy Emolgas tend to give me a run for my money. I'm sorry, little sprout folk, what was that? I didn't quite catch that voice line. Something or die. What? I would probably be surprised if I checked its abilities. Likely, yes. I'm a tad busy at the moment. But I would love to check Emolga's abilities in just a bit. Okay, phew. Blitzel ranking up delightfully quickly, thanks to the XP bonus from Orengal. Oh. Screen's shaking. Was that the collector touching down somewhere? I can't see it, maybe. Okay, let's see what's up. Let's check Emolga. I'm sorry, huge power? Huge power on base 40 attack. Oh, hey. Not only does it have aerodynamics, it has motor drive, boosting speed instead of being hit by electric or flying type moves. Blur is very good as well, especially with all of these speed boosts. Huge power. Huge power Emolga. Why? How strange. I mean, hey, awesome. But, huge power, small package. This little thing. That's the face of death. Oh. Where am I going? Just running around killing dudes? My stream title. Is that accurate? Yeah, roaming and yapping. That is indeed what we're doing. Whoa. I wonder... Yeah, I think if I made my stream title running around killing dudes, I'm not... I know there's way worse out there on Twitch, but as a stream title, I don't know. Accurate, but I don't think I'm going to advertise it that way. That's a fair question, Mads. I agree completely. They did do a great job with the graphics in this game. I think this game is gorgeous. Let me show you something in just a little bit after this fight. If you think these graphics are good, I agree with you. These are good graphics, but this is on medium graphics settings. I'm playing on medium graphics right now for the sake of frame rate for the stream. Because some weeks ago when I first started streaming Soulframe, I streamed on high. Which is this. Absolutely freaking beautiful. But, and you can probably see this in stream right now, the frame rate is suffering because of it. My stream is nowhere near as smooth, because now my computer has to render these much higher graphics while streaming them. And yeah, some computers can. Some setups can do that. And it's not necessarily a problem that mine can't. There's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of moving pieces in that formula. I don't know, I don't remember where I was going with that sentence, I gotta admit. But, in high graphics, in maximum graphics, this game is downright cinematic. Absolutely stupendous, but on stream, my frame rate suffers. So, I just turn that down one setting. Turn everything down to medium, so that stream is nice and smooth. Now, your other question. When do I think the game will come out in alpha? That's a really good question. It is good and fair. And for that question, I want to remind all my viewers that this game is in a pre-alpha state. Alpha games... when we say alpha and early access on Steam they're not literally the same thing, but they tend to be synonymous. This game is in pre-alpha, which means what you see me playing right here and what is accessible to you if you have an invite code, which you can get for free, by the way, is not even in a state that the developers, Digital Extremes, would be comfortable calling early access. There is not enough in the game to even call it an early access title or an alpha build. The developers are calling this Preludes, a pre-alpha version of Soulframe. With that said, if this game looks this good and feels this fun in pre-alpha, whoa. Imagine what this thing is going to be on release. When do I think the game will come out in alpha? That's a phenomenal question. I don't think that timeline has... I certainly haven't seen that timeline anywhere. We do have a small timeline, short term, for the next Preludes update, which is Preludes 15. That is happening before TennoCon, and TennoCon is a convention hosted by Digital Extremes solely for Digital Extremes content. I don't quite recall when TennoCon is. Give me a sec. TennoCon 2026. That is July 10th. Starts on July 10th. It's a 2-day event, July 10th and 11th. So before July 10th, it's looking like we're going to get Preludes 15. As for after that, when I think it's actually going to be an early access or an alpha stage, I can only speculate, and I'm not familiar enough with the timeline of this game to speculate that far in the future. I agree with you, it is very exciting. I am excited for whatever happens in this game. I love this thing. Coco, thank you for your patience as I addressed that question. That was a lot. I appreciate your patience there. Okay, I see. That immense potential speed stat does sound very valuable for a huge power, for a Pokemon with a huge power ability. I agree. I agree that most Pokemon with huge power are not that fast. Absolutely. Oh. That was terrible, but we still got the deer. It's not The fully evolved Pokemon with lowest attack stat with huge power. What interesting trivia. What is that? A fully evolved Pokemon with huge power with the lowest attack stat. And it's not... well, Emolga's not even an evolved Pokemon. It's an only child. You prepared a new team for when you continue. Very cool. What's your favorite Pokemon that you're adding to that new team? Or, I suppose, maybe not favorite Pokemon, but your favorite synergy or strategy in that team. Oh, sir, please. Adorable deer. I think my favorite little critter cutscene is for the rabbits. The bunny, like, hops into your arms, and you give it a little hug, and a little scritchy on its little head. This is the best. They're all adorable, but I think the rabbits are my favorite. First member of the team is Watchog. Interesting choice, Watchog. Oh, I tried this on stream once before, but I didn't do it right. We gotta be very quiet. We crouch, walk up to... Nope. Oh, it was my spirit dog. No. Please. You're supposed to be able to sneak up to those little bulbs and take a very special, unique resource. But I think my little spirit dog here alerted the plants. I'll have to try again when I don't have these doggies. What role is Watchog serving on this team? Eviolite, okay. Oh, wow. Absolutely, priority hypnosis would be incredible. Sir. Oh. Let's do something I haven't done on stream yet. What a ridiculous rune. Good stuff. Ooh, we got the shield rune. Not the, a shield rune. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot my rune there. Lost a rune charge. Not that I've been conserved. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? Not that I necessarily need them. Oh, I did it again. Why am I suddenly pressing E to pull smite instead of Q? I wonder what that is. I gotta be careful. That's a very interesting lead, Coco. I wouldn't have thought to use Watchog that way. Ooh, almost missed that guy. My hand twitched at the last moment. Another room, please. Thank you. Oh, nice. The ragdoll effects look so good now. So we've got Watchog and Kabocha. Cool. What is Whiplash? Is that an ability? Yes. Whiplash. Physical attacks lower defense. Pardon me? As in addition to whatever else the physical attack would normally do, it also guaranteed is to lower the target's defense. That is incredible. And was originally on Mega Venusaur X. Interesting that they gave that to Kabocha. How cool. There are more plants up here. More bulbs that I can sneak around, but I've got these two doggies, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to come over here to Nightfold, swap off of Orengal to get these doggies out of the way. Let's just Let's just switch to a different build. And we sneak up to the bulbs. Very quiet. Sneak up to the biggest one in the middle. And boop. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Heist of the century. Nice. Now we go back and destroy those plants for their other actual resource. For their fronds. Whiplash sounds like an interesting ability. What all did they distribute Whiplash to? Venusaur, Mega Venusaur X, yes. Kabocha as you're using it, and Electivire. Okay. I will have to keep that in mind. That is very scary. What's up, Orengal? Leave the kill to my pack. You know I would have had him. Orengal's just showing off. Excelgor I like. Very cool. I don't like when I try to parry with bows and I fail. Like if I fail the timing or if I'm too far away, then it just rapidly zooms in my screen. Like, all of that. I suppose that's why I have the sidearm, don't I? We got a beaver totem there. Let's continue west. Let's do some of the bosses over here while we're around Roman. I haven't done many of the world bosses on stream. Oh, Sigilith. Great choice. I love that thing. I've always loved how freaky Sigilith looks. And I've had a really good time. I've had a good time in not Elite Redux. I must admit I haven't used Sigilith in Elite Redux, but I've had a good time using Sigilith with a Toxic Orb. And I forget the name of the move that transfers your status ailment to the opponent. So it's like toxic with extra steps. But it's just weird enough that I like it. Psycho Shift, yes. You're exactly right, thank you. Oh, that's a Sineculum. I just don't have enough room for it. I think it's funny how these arenas have been showing up even when I'm not here. That was probably in some patch notes somewhere. Let's pick up this flower. What do we got? Deer. Precious. Oh, Cophagrigus is one of my favorites. Absolutely agree. Excellent choice. As Pokemon go, just in general, Cophagrigus is a favorite of mine. I'm glad you're using it. Sir, what are you shooting at? Does Cophagrigus get Make It Rain? That's hilarious. And I didn't know Clear Body prevented self-stat drops. I will have to keep that in mind for when I'm playing. I didn't know Clear Body did that. Very cool. That ability is even stronger than I thought it was. So, some minutes ago, I said I wanted to do a couple of the bosses, a couple of the world bosses here. Oh, yes it does, Coco. Because it's already Steel type, having the ability Steelworker means that it now resists Ghost and Dark. So those aren't super effective on it with that ability. So what we see here, this is one of the world bosses called the Knell Knight. It is this guy who's walking very menacingly at me. Yeah, it's not super effective. Exactly. Did I say Cophagrigus would resist Ghost and Normal? Or Ghost and Dark? If so, I apologize. That's misleading. The steel type part of Kafagrigus does, so overall those are neutral. I apologize if I misspoke. 2 weaknesses is awesome for a Pokemon that tanky. My hand twitched. So these bosses are pretty cool, especially with Orengal. When you're using the Orengal pact, like I am here. Because my spirit doggies can take some of the aggro, and I just stand back and fill the Knell Knight with arrows. World bosses drop these mushrooms. This is also where you get their loot. So I'm going to pick up this mushroom. It's called an Agari, or the mushroom is called an Agaric. And the enemies that drop those mushrooms are called the Agari. You kill some world bosses, get their Agaric, and their loot, their other loot. They tend to drop pretty good stuff, especially runes and some unique gear from some of them. Then, once you have enough Agaric and another resource called Wevetwood Sap, which I think I've picked up a few of on stream. I hope I'll be able to find some up here on our way to the next few bosses. Once you have enough of those, you craft them into a potion called the Koga. Koga is this game's hard mode. You drink the Koga potion, and it levels up the world around you. Puts a couple of debuffs on you, makes enemies stronger. And if you fight the bosses in Koga, they drop other stuff, like more unique runes. And I think some unique amulets as well. There are currently no Koga-specific weapons. Just amulets and runes. Oh, come on now. Let's get another doggy in here. I do think it's amusing how all of these abilities in Elite Redux that turn normal type moves into whatever other type work with status moves as well. So, for no particular reason, Protect becomes Steel type. Like, it's just fun. Oh, Mega Superior, very cool. Very, very cool. Next up is my least favorite Agari. My least favorite world boss. I tend to have the most difficulty with this thing. Mild arachnophobia warning, I should say, before I get into this fight. This thing. Etheldred the Weaver. Big, dangerous spider. I mean, sort of spider. It has 4 legs. So can we actually call it a spider if it doesn't have 8 legs? Mega Superior was just buffed. Interesting. Oh, I missed that rune shot. Here we see the Spirit Wolves being excellent, as usual. I usually have a much more brutal time with Etheldred. But the Spirit Wolves are very, very good. Ah, come on. No thank you. I will take that full smite though. And that one. And this one. And let's finish off. My dog finished off the spider. Can we get its agaric? Yes. Another weapon rune. Emberot, cool. Where's the other? Okay, the next nearest Agari would be in the Wevetwood. What? Okay. That's the farthest away that I've seen these things spawn. And the first time that I've seen them spawn in this pit. Oh, that's ridiculous, Coco. That's an incredible ability. Queenly Majesty is excellent on its own. Supremely frustrating to go against. And immediate glare on entry. Is that paralysis? Glare paralyzes? Am I remembering that right? Nice. Very cool ability. And makes a lot of sense for Mega Superior. I like that. Pausing to look around for Wevetwood sap. I'm not seeing any. Oh, there's one. So this stuff. Wevetwood sap. Wevetwood sap plus the agaric mushrooms that you get from fighting the world bosses will make a Koga potion. Let me fight Kabocha here. And then I can show you where to make Koga potions. This guy's kind of frustrating for bow builds. Because you see how he's right there, how he'll spin his arm? That just blocks arrows. There's darn near nothing you can do to get around it, other than go into melee or wait for him to stop using it. Or fire a rune shot, as you just saw me there. Runes break through that guard. But there, you see he's just blocking all my shots. Absolutely, Coco. That's what I'm talking about. I agree completely. Glare makes a ton of sense. Not only in the moveset of Mega Superior, not even in the moveset of Superior, but as an ability for Mega Superior. I think it's unfortunate that Etheldred's silk is still on me. Will going to Nightfold fix that? It didn't. So I said I would kill Kabocha, and then show where to make Koga potions. I may or may not do Koga on stream tomorrow. But we come over here to the Witch Verminia, this chick, and we brew elixirs. These are all the potions that I have. I am missing, I think, one. This is a courage potion. This is a grace potion. No, spirit potion. I'm missing the grace one. So I need to go back to the Silent Rose and get that. Okay, it's just a small to-do list for myself. The Koga. The Koga potion. I actually already had one brewing. The Koga takes 8 Wevetwood sap and 3 agaric. Get that brewing, it takes 30 minutes.
Something I said.
Once that is brewed, you go to your elixirs. This is me holding down X. I don't know what it would be on controller. The down arrow on the direction pad, I think. But I'm holding down X. We would go to Koga and click that. I might do that tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But that puts the world into hard mode. Koga mode, if you will. Let's do one more agaric and then one more agari fight and then call stream there. Oh, pardon me, little Spidor. Taking a stroll through the forest. Beautiful game. I love how they've made these forests look. The trees are just beautiful. The lighting going through the canopy, gorgeous. I always stop for scrap metal. There have been way too many times when I have needed scrap metal and not had any. I always stop for scrap metal. And our last Agari fight of the day is up here, past these stairs. This one is not necessarily my least favorite. I like all of the Agari well enough, but if I struggle the most with Etheldred the Weaver, I tend to have the next hardest time with this guy, the Thrice-Bound Impidh. He's a mockery boss, and he is supremely tanky, and joined by several other mockeries. I like to get rid of these guys first, and then focus on Thrice-Bound Impidh. What is an Impidh? Beats me. Why is it thrice-bound? Beats me. Shout out to being invulnerable during Arcanic casts. Let's do another weird shot for funsies. We hit that time. Sir, are you okay? It's doing it again. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention in the past, but I don't recognize that move. Okay. And because he's a mockery, we have to finish him off by smiting his little ghost. Oh. Shout out to the wolves. Oh, we got a piece of his pants. Lovely. And a thrice blessed. Oh! Thrice blessed joinery. Gotta love it. Phew. I said I would take out that Agari and then call stream. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you for clicking on me. It was good to see you. It was good to have you. Obviously, I cannot see you, dear viewer, but you know what I mean. It's still good to have you here. Thank you indeed for your viewership. You were under no obligation to give me your time today, your time and your attention, but you did, and I appreciate that. That is meaningful to me. My next scheduled stream is tomorrow. That is Thursday, May 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern as I get home. As I get home from work. I probably won't be as tired when I get home from work tomorrow. Work today was especially harrowing. One of my classes really tested me today. But hey, it's part of the job. I love my job. We get through it. We get through it and we learn from the experience, right? Thank you again for joining. Mads, thank you very much for that. That's very kind of you to say. Coco, thank you for telling me more about your Mono Unova run, and thank you for briefing me on this new team of yours. I'm excited to see how it works. I'm excited to hear more about that. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a nice night.